Hmm. Oh, yes.
This... Okay. Now I should be audible. Alright. Yeah, love that. Friggin' Microsoft updates always throwing me off. Anyways, talking about that being is doing some comparisons on where I'm putting specialists versus possibly grabbing some rural tiles for happiness. Over here, I want to keep concentrating my specialists into one tile. Oh, wait. And we will buy the... I'd like to buy these guys a city park. Looks like we can't yet. Over here in Mediolanum, we are more than happy enough. Backyard, City Hall, Granary. Fishing quay and a shipyard, that's not very good. I don't think we have a lot to write home about over here. We might make this a town. Actually, we already made it a city, so it is what it is. And Ravenna is pretty unhappy as well. Take the thing I have less of. Right over here in Cusco. Let's see. Dungeon Plague Hospital combo. I can complete this right away to help out with the adjacency in the city center, but I don't have any specialists in the city center. Overbuilding the temple will make me lose happiness. I think I can overbuild the bazaar safe. This is adjacent to Machu Picchu. Why am I not seeing a preview? Oh, I'm not seeing a preview for Machu Picchu bonuses because I'm going to be replacing buildings that are still already getting those bonuses. Okay. Not that big a deal then. Lose 3 happiness if we overbuild on that. I'm just going to put over here. I have low happiness in a number of places. Okay. Real quick, we got some happiness fixing through goods. It's pretty easy. I want to fix the low production in Ravenna. Let's give them a bit more of a buffer to work with. I'm closer to happiness neutral. And we'll prioritize the food out of this and put it in Cahokia. Okay. In terms of factory resources, I've got 4 fish, 3 coffee, 3 of a few other things. We need to reestablish trade in order to get those resources back to where they should be. So it's telling me early steam engine to get my trade back up. I've been very reliant on trade throughout the game. So our viable win cons, I think, are economic and possibly scientific. I don't think we're looking for a cultural win. How do we stack up? Not, like, far behind on culture. We're competitive with everybody but Catherine on science. Our influence is still very, very high, which does lead me to believe that our best win con is through that. Now, modernization, living standards is very strong. the Oath and 5 Articles is very strong. From what I recall, we want to prioritize absolutely getting our ideology out. Now I can see how good these policies are. Pretty powerful. All right. Grocers have no maintenance cost, so we want to be building them very aggressively. Grocers are also a warehouse, so they don't have any adjacency bonuses, so I don't want to build them here in my nice, powerful adjacency lane. We still have Monk's Mound here for an adjacency, but no Monk's Mound and a resource. So this is probably a 2 adjacency tile for most other buildings I would try to build. Could actually just put this in City Hall. We might want to park here. We might want the grocer. I'll just put the grocer on the granary. Grocer on the granary. Sawmill will require us to overbuild the menagerie. We can do that. That's fine. Grocer on the stone cutter. Grocer with the granary. Let's see. Iguazu should apply to that grocer, I think. I have a lot of cannons because we were keeping up our defense largely with Cusco. And we have a pretty prominent navy, which might be important. We've got a strong naval unique unit that we might utilize if we wind up going to war. See that everything we have on the water here is part of Catherine's holdings. It looks like some things were surrendered to Catherine, probably by Machiavelli, if I remember right. It might have been from Ada Lovelace. Looks like Ada Lovelace is barely in the game at this point. Tell all of our commanders to chill. We did wind up with a lot of army commanders because we had a lot of spare cash at the end of the modern era. It was just finding ways to liquidate it that would, at the end of the exploration era, finding ways to utilize it that would carry over. Army commanders carry over. So, not bad to pick them up. Looks like we do have 2 aggressive city-states that I think I want to put down. In terms of government, we're going to be playing, I think, Elective Republic, although we could possibly be strong with Bureaucratic Monarchy. Let's try Bureaucratic Monarchy, because I haven't done this, and I think the secondary effect is going to be pretty strong. I do have a lot of influence right now. Rejected. Accepted. Okay. And that is a neutral city-state, so I don't have to worry about it. We want to get back into alliances as soon as possible. Phone call, one moment. Eric speaking. Is this a telemarketer? It's a robot. caller ID didn't flag it. Still has a range of 2, so it's not super useful.
Soon shall thy arm
There's nowhere for this to sit to get a shot except for the already occupied tile, right? Move this out. And this guy can come over here. Okay, so we got steam engine tech. I think we need academics next. We need to get rail stations up. We want rail stations into mass production. It's military science, industrialization, combustion, mass production. Actually gonna move this guy. If I don't want to befriend Belgrade, I should take it out. Just for the clear benefits to speed me up. It's not aggressive, but meh. And I think this place should go too. Okay, well that was certainly a choice. Some highly suspicious movement. This commander's going to spend a lot of the era with just guys packed into him, so I want to take advantage of that, pick some cash. We want to purchase a number of merchants, and we're going to send out a lot of improved trade relation actions soon. There's a bug that allows me to just disperse this, even without war decking, which is absurd. We want to get overbuilds done on Golden Age academies, and we want to get some overbuilding done in general, because overbuilds will cause us to find... you are not the closest to that. What about Carthage? You should be going to Carthage. I think I'll patch that out pretty soon. Actually, just build me merchants here. Take the 5% yields on him. We're going to start packing units back in. We've sent to Puteoli and Carthage, which means the next would be here in Damask. The next down the line is Waset, which means we need to improve relations. We will also form an alliance. Send this unit to Waset. Next is Hadramedum, so we want to improve relations again, but we can't. What is the next non-Catherine person? Will Wakikta? You're heading over there. Next one after that is Katana, which is a second spot over here. All right. With our influence, we can improve trade relations once every other turn if we want to. We're going to pile up an absolutely ridiculous number of factory resources. Okay. Could go for the city park here. We can get a +1 adjacency over here. But I want to build a port at the 14. Yeah. We're going to do that, and I'm going to buy them a city park over here. Keep them happy. Pack these units back up, and I'm going to have this guy stay over here. Pack the units back up, stay over here. Can't shoot through that vegetation. Take this out pretty quick. Now, because I have a lot of influence income, I could have tried to play for these as suzerains instead. I'm likelier to do that with foreign powers or powers that are kind of between me and another AI.
Enlightenment. What does not add up in numbers?
We want to get living standard in almost immediately. We need social question and natural history. Let's see. Natural history might be slightly stronger. We want the extra relationship change from endeavors and sanctions. And now with that, we can put back in Tirakuna, or at least we could. Civil engineering is also very strong. Take civil engineering for now. We want to put an ironworks in an unimportant tile. That's a tile we're not using. This tile has suddenly become an adjacency 3 tile. Might make it more interesting. Over here, I will repair their shipyard. there are still reef tiles for this town to grow into. I want to make sure it's picked up all its reefs before I convert it to a fishing town, I think. Although it has actually grown quite a bit. Actually, I think what I need to do here is take a look at the time for its next growth and play around that. Let's see. So the time till next growth there is only 6 turns. That's still perfectly tolerable. So we'll keep it growing. These guys are mostly going to have the job of just sitting around being passive income. So we'll have them head on back. I think that's something you can kind of work to set up from earlier ages going into late eras. Look at these tiles that could have been terrace farms if I had planned my early game better. Trade begins. Silk, we always want to go to the capital, but apparently this one can't reach the capital for reasons that are mysterious. So it says the capital is not connected to the trade network. That makes no sense. It's got a road. It shouldn't require a rail network to count as a trade network. But I think that's what the game's doing to me right now. I want to put this pretty out of the way. I don't think I'm going to use that tile. Let's see. I'm just going to keep constructing merchants over here. I have somebody already going to Carthage, Damascus, Hadramedum. I mean, the next location to go to is Wangling, and I will get more trade relations with you and form an alliance. We now have 2 allies, and every ally is giving us a... What's the benefit? It's like a... Our attributes. So every ally is giving us 12% to all yields. That includes even our influence yield is affected. So I think I can probably fit in at least one more ally. So I think we can get Machiavelli on board. The other 2, I don't know if we'll get them at all. So after that point, we might be committing the rest of our influence to Spycraft.
Choose your enemy.
But Spycraft is pretty strong. I'm not ready to steal government secrets yet because I think I still need to improve trade relations. I want more celebrations very early so that I can get more policies in. We need rail stations. We need them fast. Build a port. Send these guys over to chill. Looking for resource allocation. We do have 4 stacks of gold right now, which is going to make it pretty cheap for us to purchase rail stations. And that is the game plan. Yeah, I mean, this place is half-assed AI city planning, so we're just going to let it ride. So it looks like Cusco is considered disconnected. We can use a merchant in Cusco to connect them. It should be basically impossible for the capital to be disconnected like this, but okay. There is one more reef tile. Sure. We can put an academy there. We're behind in civics. I am going to make this into a fishing town. Okay, 7 turns to rail stations. Oh, we've got a ruin here. Oh, that's right. That's the ruin that needs an explorer. One more reef tile. We've got 2 more reef tiles left here. That's a good overbuild. I can switch these back to growing later if I want. I might want to make one of these a the connection option. So if I make it a hub town, we get +6. It's connected to 3 things. Okay, it's only counting my connected settlements. I was wondering about that. 6 + 24. Yeah, it's +24 food to make these into fishing towns, but they don't get the food themselves after that. They put the food back everywhere else. But that's pretty fine, because I'm not planning on putting specialists out in these towns. And that's mostly what you need food for, is being able to get specialists. I think specializing a town in antiquity or exploration, I'm not so much a fan of it. We can get science on bank or culture on bank. I'm going to take culture on bank because we are further behind on culture. There we go. Now we can move our silk over to the capital where it's more productive. And we never want to put wine in a town because the production value of the wine is pretty much wasted there. More resources, more silk.
Cross.
This is a good point, I think, to befriend Muscat. And is there anywhere else we want to try a befriend action? I don't want to try a befriend action on anywhere that is too violent. I'll try it over here. And we'll see if they squash that before I can befriend it. Definite possibility. It's a big risk. We need to take social question. We're behind on tech relative to Catherine by a pretty big amount. This town is such a throwaway to me. But it looks like I can get another tile. Get that border pushed out. Well, we've got a 6 food, 3 happiness tile up over here that I feel I shouldn't ignore. Why does that get a benefit on a specialist, even though it's, like, obsolete? Huh. I might have unlocked something through a policy that I'm not accounting for properly. We want that 21 military academy. It's going to make this place into a production monster. I know that's got one resource adjacency from the fish. It's just registering that high because of the specialists. We don't really want to put the military academy there. Better military academy would be like out here, overbuild the dungeon. So we've got a 3 resource adjacency there. I think I want to put up this grocer anyway. It's possible it's a waste of money, but we have so much money. Sparta can just keep growing. Okay, 4 turns to start buying railroads. Railroads are something like 2,000 each. And I'm going to want to buy them almost immediately in a lot of places. So we want to have a little bit of cash stockpiled for that. I want to do something positive with Machiavelli to try and bump him over into the ally range. Same with Isabella. Oh, she actually rejected those actions. She rejected the open borders. Might actually push me back. Okay, over here. I believe this is my secondary location for specialists. Over here, it's this tile. I like handling those by tile, because it means I don't have to, like, worry about it and continually think about it to the same extent. We don't have any mountainous tiles here. I think this was my pavilion tile. This is actually a pretty good build. Yeah. The fact that specialists modify the Machu Picchu benefits feels like it is not supposed to be the way it works. So that is 13, that's 14, 15. Probably pumping the palace here. The celebration this time, I think I'm going to make into gold. Celebrate our wealth. We could move into gift economy, but Tirakuna's looking stronger to me. I don't really like that option. I'll take this one, though. It's got a 2 resource adjacency. Right. We've got a powerful tile to put a museum. There's our trade with Wasset and with Carthage. We have an incredible amount of food coming into Chickasaw. See a lot of growth. We're going to need to make sure we can get our resource capacity up in order to actually put out these factory resources. I think we need at least 4, maybe
was
5 factory
Jerusalem
towns
builded
to keep things rolling. I believe we need combustion next. Yep. Okay. And now we are buying rail stations. The rail station needs to be pretty out of the way, or should be pretty out of the way most of the time, because it doesn't get any kind of adjacencies or other benefits. So I like to build them on the outskirts of things. We don't care about Mediolanum so much. So we're pretty much putting these on any old unoccupied rural tile, and it's basically fine. That should be every city with a rail station. All aboard. Specialist placement. Oh, we didn't get one in Mediolanum because it wasn't that important. I should not have made this a city. It's in no hurry to impress me.
The memory of having sat at someone's feet will later.
I think we are probably not setting either of these for now. We have the happiness to spare pretty much to get that 66 culture. Actually, I can remove the overbuild bonus and probably be okay. So I'm going to go for social science right now because I'm trying to rush out factories, and that's a science requirement. Let's see, got all our resources. We're definitely dropping specialists right now, but our best specialist tile is already good. I think this port shipyard tile is our second best specialist tile for this city. We want political theory for ideology trees. Want to get this museum out. I could put it on the 17 tile. I don't really want to. Rather not. Cahokia definitely still has the it's a capital energy. Definitely need more resource capacity. But we could also do to put out some more traders. I think I have no trade so far with Charlemagne. So certainly we can start trade with Charlemagne and Ada. We want to get in our improved trade relation actions with them before they start, like, denouncing us. And let's go for a research collab with Machiavelli. Okay, we are asked to have 5 artifacts. It's going to be tricky. I'm going to train a few merchants. I think I want about 4 or 5 more merchants. And that's just thinking about available trade routes with other leaders who I haven't set anything up with yet. 1,000 gold gift. Very good. Four turns on combustion, 7 on political theory. Gonna be another merchant. Improve relations with her again before she gets ticked off. I'm not going to try open borders with Isabella again. It looks like she is going to flip if I do. Okay, we've moved Charlemagne out to neutral. The goal here, really, is that we basically broker world peace through trade. I might be able to fit in Dogo Onsen. Let's try it. It's got a pretty good effect if we can get it done. Go to Tuban. Run local festivals with Machiavelli. Try and push him into an alliance. Benjamin Franklin's going softer on us because we haven't interacted in forever. He's on another continent anyway, losing to somebody else. 5 yield tile here or here. 5 yield 3 happiness. You can kind of run your towns as happiness farms because they tend to have so many rural tiles. Rural tiles do tend to be good happiness tiles. Why is this worth +3 food? The world may never know. I'm not excited about any of these builds, so give me more merchants. Okay, I've probably clicked merchant enough times now. I can get benefits for walls off of the Forbidden City. I don't need a rail station here. That will be next. I'll probably improve trade with Basel again, maybe one more time after that. We want to be able to pull up stuff from almost all of his cities. It's going to be... I could put out 8 merchants, send them to all of Basel's cities, and not feel upset about it. You go here. This grove. Definitely doesn't go to the city hall. Might sit here on the plague hospital. This is actually the tile that needs a specialist on it, but I don't have a building there yet. That's probably where I'm going to put my factory. You know, this is also a 3-yield tile, so I can build alongside the armorer and pick up the specialist. Here, I just want to make sure my specialists are hanging out near my wonders. We go mass production in 6 turns. Yeah, go ahead and build me a rail station, I guess. No need to evict anybody. It's funny that I have one chunk of Ming Great Wall. As Ada was playing as the Ming, and this was her city for a while. It wasn't originally her city. She got it in some kind of deal. Take that for the foreign, too. I don't have hopes for that tile, but we'll take it anyway. Oh, we'll put out an explorer. I forgot that I got access to explorers. We probably don't want more than 2 explorers. That's okay. Okay, go on for trade with Ruin. I think we need to improve relations with you at least one more time there. You will be going to Thebai. We are going to pump a lot of gold into the AI, but they're still going to be behind us for gold. Gold is the one thing we are way ahead of the pack on. Looks like culture... I've gotten up to competitive with Isabella, but I'm losing to Augustus. Science has jumped up, but we're still not caught up to Catherine. But when we get our specialists back online, we start picking up a lot of value because our specialists are placed more intelligently than the AI knows how to place them. Just going to slam these resources down. I need to re-examine my technologies for which technologies will give me resource capacity. Technologies and buildings. I'm going to worry about that after I buy, like, 6 factories. Yeah, I'm going to keep on the gold benefit. I think we're throwing in humanism. We've got more than enough happiness, and that puts our culture up to 511, which is now second to only to Augustus. So getting the policy cards in is providing a lot of value. Trade with Rouen. More production. The production bonuses are the utmost priority, but I also like that I'm triggering a celebration every 10 turns. Hermitage is done.
The one who adapts his policy
Access
to his
to
times
Doi
prospers.
Sotep. Ideology unlocks. Social policy slot. Free speech is very powerful. It's going in immediately. I note that gift economy is kind of keeping up with free speech, which is incredible. Huge value. Okay, over here. We're expecting to be suzerain for about 2 or 3 city-states at this rate. So branch office could be as much as a 15%. Could get nickel for 10% science and gold in the capital city. I'm going to take the branch office effect. Okay, we need to choose between communism, fascism, or democracy. You can get science and food, production and gold, or happiness and culture. Economic militarist, expansionist scientific, cultural diplomatic. The diplomatic point is the single most valuable point we can get out of all of those, but each of these don't actually help me very much. These help me a lot less than I would normally be helped. Because I'm kind of looking at just the science or the culture or twice as much in money. But I don't think any of those is a game changer relative to the AI. We could get a big jump to close the gap on science or culture, but those aren't how I'm winning. So let me look back at my Meiji civics. I think I need to get those locked down. Okay, we just want the 2 buildings, I think. Let's see. Adjacent coastal terrain production building. And this is adjacent gold constructible. Interesting. I don't think I have any gold constructibles. The Hawilt? No, the Hawilt is a gold constructible, actually. And we began... I believe we began play as the Aksum. Doi Sotep is a pretty good benefit. And it makes this particular tile even better. This Guild Hall Inn tile is a crazy good tile. Also makes this one a +2 tile instead of a +1. Both of these become +2 tiles. Anything else worth noting? This tile could become very good, but I've already built a granary on it, and that kind of sucks. I believe this port is a pretty good tile. Yeah, specialists in the port. I'm just gonna keep building walls here a while. What is the red fort's value? Okay, doesn't matter too much. Its value is that it can be another adjacency point somewhere, but we'll build this on the city hall. I know I've already sent people to Tuban and Dubai. Go to Jen. Fish is a nice factory resource to pick up. Improve trade relations with Ben while he's not mad at me. I'm already doing science and festivals. Oh, we want to activate Friend of Way, of course. This is what I'm forgetting. I forgot we have our unique thing that needs to be active for my science to keep up. So if I get a 20% science boost with that, it should help out a lot. It's not going to give me 100 science, because this 519 science is already taking into account a percentage boost. And boosts like that, I'm assuming, are additive, not multiplicative. Port tile should be the good tile. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick up my unique building, and then we will adopt an ideology of one kind. Ideologies do make our specialists a lot stronger. And we're just placing more specialists as we go. So, should get that locked in. Thinking about putting the red fort somewhere, but I don't know what I want to do with that necessarily. Fort, full tile, merchant. I'll go for another merchant. Okay, we do have our explorer up. There are, it looks like, 2 artifacts here. It's saying that exploration ruins have already been researched for the continent of Euramerica, but it's saying over here 2/1 as if they're still available. So this is a natural wonder, and I did hear that natural wonders can be interacted with this to some extent. Ruin sites containing artifacts, excavate artifacts. Okay. Whatever they're doing for this interface needs to be better. I'm glad I'm not trying to win on culture right now. Although I see the fact that you can, theoretically, get something out of natural wonders is helpful, because you have some predictability. But it's not like enemy explorers or like rival explorers stand out. So I guess somebody's already explored Iguazu Falls because I'm open borders with some AI.
It is cold. But
We
just
built
as
Dogo
modern mass
Onsen
production
as
requires
the
system.
Japanese. Go us. 4 labs or 4 tenements. I'll actually go for 4 tenements here. Growth time. Okay. I need to look at what we have here. So academics, of course, is an obvious pick. We get specialist limit through electricity, and that's strong. But I'm not seeing anything that allows us to store more goods on a tile. Department store allows us to assign 1 more resource per settlement. That should be a priority then. It's actually a pretty fine factory. Mediolanum we don't necessarily need to do that for. Let's see, looking for a tile with a +2 adjacency. This one actually had a +2 adjacency, but it already got kind of snapped up. That's getting a boost because it's a specialist tile, not because it has good adjacencies. Let's see, it's +3 from specialists. This is a good one. That's one I commented on earlier as being a good tile. Or factory. Yeah, we comfortably put that over the dungeon. That's a fine build. This is a great cannery. I suspect I don't need that much food, but... I don't really care what's going on in Sparta. We're gonna get silly tall so that I can be sure that I will have a lot of specialists. Okay. That should be about right. We need to get resources allocated now. So, Cusco, the capital. I wish these were auto-sorted. Okay. So, for cotton, we've got four cotton. 1, 2... 5 oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fish. So fish is running in the lead right now. Okay. I'm gonna make Appalachia my fish town. Got 1 spare fish beyond that, so we'll have to get a department store up so they can store all that fish. Seen 5 instances of tea. Benefit from tea is science. Should make it ideal for Cusco. Do I have anywhere higher on science? Homa and Cahokia are kind of matching. And Ravenna, actually. Got a lot of places where we've got about 50 science. The silk in Cusco is ideal to stay there. So we're going to start loading up Cahokia. Okay, and it's got 2 slots left over. I want to prioritize city resources. So give it truffles and tobacco. Okay. Got 4 instances of coffee. Homa's only got 3 slots. Probably do kaolin in Homa. So kaolin is a culture. 46 culture in Homa. 44 in Ravenna. 6, 45. Okay. Actually, can we fit kaolin into Cusco and pair it with the silk? So our cultural output here should be pretty nuts. Next, Chickasaw. Got 5 slots to work with. This is actually coastal. So I'm going to make this my citrus factory. Okay, Homa has 3 slots. I'm going to make it cotton. Ravenna, 5 slots. Coffee. Okay, I've got quinine unaccounted for, so we want to put that somewhere that's probably going to go to Mediolanum. So let me purchase the necessary buildings in Mediolanum. They've got 2 turns on their rail station. I'll wait the 2 turns. Alrighty then. I don't think I need to build that. Fishing Key's probably a good building here. This explorer apparently has nothing to do. Go figure. Thought there might be something, and I was wrong. Yeah. Exploration game is cutthroat. I miss these guys. Let's befriend them. Did not catch that. Take advantage of it now. Any other city-states hanging out? We're at the point in terms of our influence where we can start going for city-states. That looks like it is explorable. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, we'll try and see if we get there in time. I don't think it's very likely that we will. More resource assignments available. We have no empty resource slots. And more resources to spare. We have 5 marble. That is a 50% bonus towards constructing wonders. Pretty wild. In terms of our Railroad Tycoonery, looks like we're getting probably 25 Railroad Tycoon points per turn. Out of a need for 500 to win the game. 25 per turn means 20 turns. And then we can move to the next leg of the goal. That's pretty strong. Is the minimum amount of time afterwards is about 14 turns of setting up the World Bank, which is 7 moves and 7 uses of the Great Person. We're gonna... It looks like we get to ally with Machiavelli. It looks like he's gonna request it of us. The degree to which we can speed that up is pretty minimal, so it would set us up for a win about 34 turns from now, roughly. One of the things I should be able to do to speed this up is making this into a hub town. Oh, we can purchase factories and towns as well. And they get an extra resource slot towards it. So, that would give us a 2-resource town where we could have a factory. I could do that for 2 different towns to build up quinine factories. It's probably worth my money if nothing else. So I'm guessing over here we get to place just 1 resource by default. No, we get to place 2 because the factory itself, I think, gives 1 capacity. So if we make it a factory town, we can place a 3rd resource. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Got up to 4 more factory resources that can be utilized at all. There's like a little bit of case where I can use that. We've got a couple other places that we could improve, but I think this is fine right now. I need to watch my influence because we need to spend influence on our WinCon now. So how can we gain more influence, if at all? I think we just stockpile, but I don't think I need to stockpile for a full 20 turns of influence. From what I remember of this WinCon, the influence action that we need to perform is going to be 300 influence or less. We're going to wait 20 turns before we start to do this, and we're going to need to do this about 7 times. So we could need as much as like 2,000 something influence to get the win completed, which is pretty doable ultimately. So we've got another 4 fish incoming from trade routes that we're planning, already have sent merchants out for Tuban and Jen. I want to get this citrus, I think. And it looked like I could also get some citrus from Ada Lovelace. We are essentially just, like, practically establishing monopolies here. I think the new policy is not more valuable than gift economy. If we could get something in, we'd be putting in gift economy right now. Okay, we now know how to make half the Zaibatsu. Okay, we want this adjacent to coastal terrain, if we can. But looks like here that's a no-go. We're going to build it anyway. Here you go, grocer, shipyard. These are not great tiles. Telling me about a trade opportunity like I haven't already traded with everybody in the world? What the heck?
Now is
I do want to establish a Friend of Way. Scientific attribute point. Okay, we'll take it. We want to go for urbanization for department stores. Attributes, scientific. Let's see. I need to unlock plus 10% science per alliance. There's trade with Tuban. Unfortunately, my fish city cannot fit any more fish. Tells me that I should purchase a factory in Mediolanum and use it for fish. Should be over here. Right, they were finishing their rail station. They finished their rail station. I buy them a factory. Factory goes down. Doesn't matter where we put it. And now we can run up our second fish factory. Fish are generally the most plentiful factory resource, I find. Okay, that's good. Machiavelli dispersed dispersed one of my suzerain targets. I knew that I had a risky one or two. These guys got dispersed. Yeah, the guys over here got dispersed too. Oh, well. Things happen. Mediolanum is growing really fast, it seems. We want this on coast when possible, but I can't overbuild the cannery or the armorer. Looks like we've already kind of eaten up our coast slots in a lot of cases. We can't overbuild in the plague hospital either, so all of those are kind of dead ends. Can't overbuild a museum. Sure, we'll just build over here. Overbuild the arena and the kiln. Go here. The Bazaar and the Guild Hall can both be overbuilt, so that is fine. Over here, cannot overbuild the other thing. The bank and the inn are both obsolete, so we can build that over here. Our alliance with Machiavelli is theoretically weakening. Research collab. Holding on to strong alliances makes our eventual alliance-related action cheaper to do. I know I already had somebody going to Gen. I believe I had somebody already going to Megara, but I don't actually care about these resources. So maybe I didn't. But Jinyang, I think, is my current priority, so I can get more citrus. Get me those oranges. See oranges over here, too.
Breaks through an
Boisutep gets me more influence. Very good. You can only overbuild one of those. Replacing the stone head's not a bad idea here, I think. The stone head's a pretty valuable tile, but I'm just going to go for it. Fishing keys and wharfs showing such high numbers. It's crazy. This is a good tile. Oh, yeah. We can put this down over here. No, wait. No. We need to put it in a blank tile. Almost made a big mistake. It can go over here. Get our Zaibatsus done in a bit. I don't need to rush and purchase my Zaibatsus out. I don't think. What's the benefit from that again? Need to remember. Milestone. Cool.
knowledge will be sought through the whole world.
Okay, when we overbuild, we get science equal to 50% of the building's production cost. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the Zaibatsu. Golden production on buildings in adjacent districts. Okay, so we're going to get a lot of golden production out of the complete quarters. And, the Zaibatsu increases our resources assignment. So that helps a lot with our win con. I'm going to take the influence. Getting us up to 1,000 influence, hanging out. Oh, I see. So that's how Natural History 2 works. So I require this to pull from Natural Wonders, but this gives me a lot more options to work with. I'm going to do that. We're just going to go for money. Do we want gift economy here? I think these resources are just better than the gold by enough to take this. I believe that's Oyatoi Gaikokujin. Where did I put the other one? Finish the Zaibatsu. Okay, so I want the Zaibatsu to be surrounded by other stuff wherever possible, because it's giving +1 gold and production to all adjacent buildings. So this is not too bad a tile for it. Got like 4 buildings adjacent to that. The fact that it also gets adjacency on coast is kind of peculiar. It could mean that the ideal way to build up the Zaibatsu is between your ports and your other stuff. So that's food for thought the next time I'm playing Japan. This time I'm a little less concerned about it. Okay, Homa can fit one more cotton. Mediolanum could fit one more fish, and I don't have fish for them. My shame knows no bounds. I also need more coffee for Ravenna, and more tea for Cahokia, and a slot to put things in Sparta. I actually think we can just upgrade Sparta to being a city, but it will lose the focus, so we'll purchase into the Zaibatsu here. Which will give one extra resource capacity in Sparta. Used to place the coin. Okay. I need more merchants. So this actually makes the production bonus that the production and gold bonus that this provides is counting as a specialist related bonus because these buildings are getting gold adjacency and they don't usually have it. We'll take the culture boost. We will take the production boost. Usually with events, I want to take the effect that I'm weaker on. We want to build something there to take advantage of the Zaibatsu adjacency. If I remember correctly, Zaibatsu is effectively just a way of saying like Megacorp, but I don't know if that is accurate to what it meant in the Meiji era, or if it's an adapted translation, like something that's been updated by our popular understanding. Okay, we now have access to department stores. I have an explorer here in Cusco. We probably want electricity most of all. Okay. Now's the time to think about this stuff. So the biggest benefit of democracy is that your happiness becomes like near infinite, and you can play specialists without ever worrying about happiness again. Which is pretty cool. I don't think we need the science boost because A, we're not going for a science win. B, we've jumped ahead of the AI on science. So I think I like the culture happiness benefits of democracy. And I especially like the diplomatic attribute point of taking democracy. Once we finish democracy and adopt it, the extra diplomatic point will also give us an additional 9% on all yields. Just got our little ding for accepting an ideology, for starting an ideology. I want to be focused on things that are adjacent to the Zaibatsu here. And we're just going to buy our way into the Ginkgo over the Menagerie. I want to finish these faster. Build queue. Overbuild that bank. You know, purchasing these overbuilds should actually be giving me a science gain as well. That's kind of interesting. Already done. Where did I put it? Here we go. Delete that one. Get me a schoolhouse right over there. Complete that. Build me the department store. Go here. Do I want to buy that department store instead? I don't actually have the factory resources to mean that buying anything should be important. But all of this does let me, like, put in more spices and whales and wine and stuff like that. I'll be reacquiring those resources. I don't really care about the happiness from the pearls. The food from the truffles and the production from the tobacco are both really great. Next priority should be production from whales. Okay, there's all our slots filled. We have policy slots open for gift economy, first of all. Gonna slot in Kulka. It's not tracked very well, but it should be very strong. I suspect that I should be buying a few more merchants. I just nervously feel as though more merchants can be used. Railroad Tycoon is progressing pretty nicely at a rate of 32 points per turn. So we're getting closer to like a 15-turn overall clock instead of a 20-turn overall clock. Although we're also progressing along the clock while that's happening. I'm just not thinking that hard about the difference between those things. The city center tile is looking better than it was. So that's 9, 10, 12 resources versus 11, 12, 14 resources. It's still a little better in the Wonder Corridor. It might have actually been ideal for me to put the Zaibatsu in the Wonder Corridor. Okay, repairs are good. It is very fun to play with this intense amount of gold, where I can just make buildings come into existence immediately. I mentioned that would be fun in real life, too. Okay, we've already sent traders to Gen and to Tenku and to Jinyang. What I recall. Let's send a trader to Leeds for their coffee. And to Monterey for their quinine. Those are both factory resources. Feels good. Get another step on trade relations with everybody, and to do local festivals with Charlemagne. We want to see if I can make Charlemagne an ally. That would be very strong for me. Okay, we could go for trade to Hadramedum, but there are no factory resources in Hadramedum, Sevilla, or Madrid. Our top 4 options here do not have any factory resources. Okay, got more citrus. Looks like we don't have the room in Chickasaw, which I can probably fix by purchasing them a department store. There you go. I could make a random chocolate factory to get one more Railroad Tycoon point per turn. Another milestone. Got electricity.
Is not that the power is mysterious,
So stock markets do not
but
give
that it is
us
only law.
extra
But
capacity,
taught
unlike, you know,
intellect
the
will
markets
even
of
thou
old.
govern it.
Since that benefit is on department stores at this point. I have a quest for tenements. That'll make them more effective. Let's see. Got the Battersea Power Station. I'm mostly looking at the wonders right here. The production benefits are also kind of nice. Influence from radio stations is a big deal. Let's try and get radio stations built up. This is an insane amount of gold printout for an ironworks. Why is that happening? I have to be misreading that. Yeah, it's +9 production, +1 gold. Okay, that makes more sense for an ironworks. I would like opera houses. Let's find a few places to build opera houses for the influence. Yeah, claim an artifact. We have a lot of places to put artifacts. It seems not a lot of artifacts to put there. Yep, I'm comfortable with that overbuild. Good with that overbuild. Meiji reconstruction does make overbuilding better. This is a good building to do. I don't think I necessarily need the department store in Ravenna. At least not right away. It's alongside the temple. We got an extra fish. Put this in Mediolanum. And it looks like we've got a couple empty slots that we can make good on. Oh, we're actually down on happiness here. Give them horses. Never want to see anybody unhappy. Over here as well, we're a little low on happiness. We'll give them some horses to preemptively check that. Swap out their sugar for elephants. Ravenna looks plenty happy. Okay, there's the merchant for Jen that is going to get me more fish. So with that, pull the wine back out of Ravenna. Okay. I've been waiting for that merchant to get out there. I don't know why I built that rural district. My brain was turning off a little bit. Stack our specialist tiles higher and higher. Get me an opera house. I don't really care where it goes too much. Actually, adjacency to the Zaibatsu is good. Resource assignments, no factory resources, 1 free slot. Excavate from that natural wonder. Now, do I have other natural wonders? So I think it's 1 excavation per natural wonder per player. I believe I only have 1 natural wonder in my borders this game. But I think that also means I can visit other players' natural wonders for an excavation. I just need to remember where the heck they are. It's just mountainous tundra in general. This is when it would be good to have a map search feature. If I turn on the continent lens, it should appear with that same kind of symbol that looks like a little mountain place. Wow, I just don't see any other ones on our entire continent. Right, there's the Great Barrier Reef. Are all of the natural wonders just hanging out for Isabella to claim? Because there's the third, she's got Mount Fuji. And I think those are the only ones I'm aware of, which is crazy. I'm used to there being more around. I've definitely had games where I will personally claim 3 natural wonders without playing Isabella. It's because spawning like 1 city's distance away from a natural wonder isn't that uncommon.
Suffrage
Happens all the
is
time.
the pivotal right.
Okay, so now we've got access to suffrage and fireside chats. Both of these are hugely valuable. I think we can drop Tirakuma and Kulka to get in suffrage and fireside chats. Have 5 operas within 20 turns. I believe I was already constructing those. We've got a cultural point. Cool. And our diplomatic point is going to give us more of everything. I think that the other 2 Meiji civics, Supreme War Council and Kantai Kessen, are only really strong if we want to go to war. Our democratic policies, liberalism is very weak, it's very town-based, and progressivism is good if I want the New Deal for wonder construction. But the rest of that isn't such a big deal. So we're looking back at modern civics. We can get more settlement limit. Ambassadors can be good. Laissez-faire is very, very strong for us. Let's see. We've got Brandenburg Gate. Shengda Mountain Resort. Shengda Mountain Resort is an incredible amount of culture. And the Statue of Liberty is pretty cool. So we're going to go for hegemony, I think. Oh, Taj Mahal is also a wildcard attribute point. Palacio de Bellas Artes is not that great. So yeah, we'll go nationalism. I might try to pick up the Taj Mahal because the wildcard point is valuable. Building opera houses. Got 1 free resource slot for Cusco. We got our free unit spawns from choosing democracy, gives us some free infantry. Go for it. More citrus. It's really weird that I have to go back here to look at it, but we're getting 37 of these points per turn. Total right now is 376, so it looks like about 4 turns we get our Great Banker. Got more coffee. Okay, so we're about 4 turns off from the Great Banker spawn, and then we start sending around. Just need to make sure we have identified every capital. We can see Paris, we can see London, we can see Berlin. That's a ruin. Can I explore that? That's totally diggable. Oh, this is because I got some stuff going. So it takes the Explorer a few turns to excavate things. Interesting. Well, doesn't matter that much. It does mean there is valuable in having... not valuable. In having more than one of these guys. We are now placing a specialist every single time. Electricity 2 is access to Battersea, which doesn't matter too much. The one turn for steam engine might be good. Most of the rest of this is about science victory or military conflict. So I think without going for science victory, the rest of what we're doing here doesn't matter very much. Yeah, so we should be picking up useful masteries. Radio stations can be good. Doesn't necessarily matter where I'm building them. Still want opera houses. Should be a good overbuild. Start excavating from the Great Barrier Reef. I could buy 4 tenements, like, right now. Is that a good move? Because I think I need the gold to found bank branches. Can't ignore the resources that provides. I've never really built tenements before. They are your second... They're like your second food building, but they give a few other benefits.
Just as more.
Mass production. I will take the cultural attribute point. We'll take the civic masteries benefit. I noticed I've gotten almost no options to support projects like that this era. That one from Machiavelli might be like the second bit that somebody's thrown at me. Yeah, place the inn. Get me a radio station. Over here looks good. Get me a radio station over here. Fill out the slots adjacent to the Zaibatsu. Victory unlocked. Narratively, we got that. Okay. I'll take Combustion 2. Our growth should always be a specialist while we're on democracy. Let's try for the Taj Mahal, see what happens on that. I do have access to Eiffel Tower. I don't think I want to build it in Cahokia. I think I'll take a tenement for the quest. Over here, I want more radio stations. I don't want to build this next to an active volcano. I think the people who work there might not appreciate that. Okay, great banker. First things first, going to teleport to Berlin. Going to have explorers doing work. I do see why you might want to have like 3 or 4 explorers doing stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like what they've done to that system to make it easier to grok. Well, it's not easy to grok, but it's easier to do something with. Throw there. I will reject your diplomatic action. I have over 1,000 influence. Radio station. Activate the great person. Prophetstown. Weird name. I don't think I have a view of Machiavelli's capital.
So,
but I'm pretty sure it's here. Because that is Oxford. There's no way he built Oxford outside of his capital. Master electricity. Take globalism here. Try for the Taj Mahal. You can build the Taj Mahal in 4 turns. That's fair. That's just how long it takes. There's nothing else about it. Build that wherever. Your next destination will be Paris. After Paris, I'm sending him to London. And after London, I'll believe he'll have to walk down here, which will cost me a couple turns. If I don't have something else I can send over there to look. I'm going to start trying to walk a unit over, but I have to walk around a lot of stuff, open borders and all that. Actually, can the Explorer go in there? We'll see. You will not denounce me. I will get more money. Tirakuna. Yes, I know I have surplus influence. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Hey, Benjamin Franklin. Research collab? Local festival? Cool. Glad to get along, buddy. Excavate that. Great Banker activation. We still have 800 influence to work with and about 20,000 gold, which is insane. Our yields have increased to what I would call an AI clowning threshold. We are now clowning the AI. And I think my biggest gain in this, like the biggest single thing I've got going on, is probably this. How many yields is this responsible for per point? I guess this is like almost 20 of each yield per point. Because I've bought it 5 times. So I can't, like... I should probably compare each point in a vacuum instead of just looking at the bucket of nonsense that it is right now. We'll get that benefit over here, place there, here, place there. This is like the second time I've played a turbo diplomatic game. And this is looking like the first time I'm probably going to win on the turbo diplomatic strategy. I have a much better understanding of how to utilize the economic win con now. Guild Hall. We're going to travel to London. Let's see. Do I have vision on my other capital targets? Got Krungtep.
the well-being of faraway stray.
Okay. Krungtep, Gao, and Mexico City, all in a line right there, so that's pretty easy to understand. Liberalism, hegemony, militarism, capitalism. Capitalism it is. Pretty big benefits there. We're gonna possibly make another tenement. Honestly, once we're in democracy, kicking people out of rural districts is usually a benefit. Stock exchange going down. Laboratory. This guy has almost nothing that he can possibly do that matters. Very late stage capitalist there. Swing.
We are never so defenseless against. And
Taj Mahal. Food on tenements. Bing. Bing, boink, zoobity bop. Ah. Camera started doing that thing it does sometimes. Upgrade the radio. Plus 19 laboratory, overbuilding that other building. Some other random overbuilds taken care of. Apartment store. Specialists near the Zaibatsu. Okay. Frank, Great Banker, is moving over to here. And yep, this is what I needed. He doesn't need to be in the city tile. The guy does not need to go on his crazy journey. I believe we have enough resources for the remaining 4 activations of the Great Banker. Three left. The remainder of our builds and like plays are all flexes. Because like the AI is nowhere near us.
we are not.
Any wonders? Battersea, build it. Show me a stock exchange. There's still time to make our people miserable. Quick, implement credit scores. It's the only way to lose. Let's see. Nothing in Laurentia. 1 available in your America should be there. Moving on to Mexico City. I think actually I might be able to walk to Gao and activate in the same turn. Not sure about that. Oh, this guy was my weird explorer. Your America's done. America should have up to 4 excavatables. Probably send this guy over to Mount Fuji is the correct play. Factory resources no longer matter. Oh, hey there. Thanks for swinging by. But I don't think that person's still watching right now. Discord request. Okay. That sounds sales pitchy, but I hope you are enjoying the content one way or another.
It is not.
And hey, you know what? If it's sales pitchy and it's hand-typed, that is fine by me. You do not denounce me. You actually love me. I get along with everybody. I am irreproachable. Growing hegemony, because I know the mastery on hegemony gets me a possible wonder. We're going to put up a museum so that we can put my enemies on display in there. So, like, this is what it was like back when, like, you know, war was feasible or possible. There's our Mexico City. Looks like it's probably more than one tile move to get the Gao, because this is rough terrain, and I didn't place the unit on the road. If I had placed the unit on this road, he might have been able to walk to Gao without a teleport to get his activation. Thank you, Augustus. Yes, spy on me all you want. Mine is to be envied. Okay, fine, I'll repair these things that have been broken for several years. I've got one extra slot in Mediolanum. Enjoy Ivory. Yes. Yeah, alright. So it doesn't look like I can... Well, if there's any spot where I can walk to Krungtep and get the activation in the same turn, it would be along this road. I don't think it's possible without that being a railroad. I've been war-decked by Charlemagne. Charlemagne is now the enemy of everybody in the world. Congratulations, buddy. I'm gonna cancel a lot of trade routes, but it's way too late. You've already got the World Bank, my man. Isabella too? Yeah, the AI is panicking.
The tower can live on itself. The sound
Well, might as well research top-tier units then. And build aerodromes. Let's see, is there any possible threat that's going to come at me from Berlin? Muscat's already here to my defense. And I'll, like, upgrade these units. I'll move some people over and unpack. We will then upgrade with our endless piles of cash. They're actually maybe trying to attack me. I don't appreciate that. That completes it in Gao, and it does look like I can walk into and activate in Krungtep within a single turn. So next turn we should be winning. As Catherine didn't war deck me. Catherine's perfectly happy with me winning the game with my absurd yields.
once, if I remember.
Created Battersea Power Station, which would be important if I wanted to win through war. This is just, like, kind of idle fun. Actually, am I already on the winning turn, or is that next turn? We're already on the winning turn. The World Bank is complete. Is the order it was gonna shuffle me through the actions. Well, I wasn't sure if I was shuffling through last turn's actions or already good and done. Is this zooming me in on the Forbidden Palace that I've built? Like, what part of the world am I looking at? Is this that? I don't think that's the World Bank. Okay, Modern Era win on turn 60. Hey, Frixum. You got here just in time for me to go into a new run.
Economy is stitched together
That is my
as
first
never before.
econ win in
And
Deity,
with
and the
tax
fastest I've ever done it.
comes
And
a
it does make
voice
me fully
of
understand.
order.
Yeah, one of the better ways to get an econ win is to instantly buy 6 railroads and 6 factories. Just quickly run out like about 12 or 20,000 gold thereabouts, and just, you know, immediately industrialize. Being able to buy as many buildings as you want because you've got a shitload of not only gold, the meta resource, but also like gold, the thing that makes your building purchases cheaper. It's pretty great. Sorry, Augustus. I see that you were diligently digging stuff up. All right. Access to more stuff. Cool, cool, cool.